Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Legion Lads. I'm your host, JR. Today we got my boy Jose. What's going on, Jose?
New year, new me.
New year, new you, man. We just talked about a lot of things. I know you're going to an MCP tournament, which is exciting. So, my boy Jose, moving up in the miniature world, man. How's it feel?
Man, I won't know until the tournament. Right now, it's just fun to it's fun to be doing something great with something that's not meta.
Yeah,
Is because you know me, I'm always like, I don't want to play meta.
right.
So to play like the guys that are like, I play Spider Foes, so
Hmm.
they're not great at anything, but they're good enough.
Yeah.
Requires a little bit of brain power and stuff like that, but no, it's good. I'm always playing the good guys. So the funny thing is I'm playing the bad guys for once, and now I'm like, oh crap, I'm good at this game. So
It's like playing the dark side, right? The dark user is just like, this is much more funner. Screw the light side.
oh yeah, it is. Like that's so cool. Like Goblin, like you here's my attack. All right, cool. You blocked it all. Cool. Reroll that block over there. Oh, you missed it. Sucks.
Yeah, like I love the fact, and this is AMG that has the games, right? I love that they make force users so aggressive, or not force users, just villains in general so
Yeah.
aggressive, and they make heroes more defensive, healing, all that good stuff, just to go with whoever play style, that you're into.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
looking forward to it where
yeah.
it's gonna be me and Nick and Josh and our buddy Kyle. So we're gonna be going to CarlCon in February. It's gonna be the 21st, 22nd. I think the 23rd is like the championship day.
Heck
So we'll
yeah, man.
see. My first big MCP event, 64 players, and I believe there's like seven on the wait list.
Hmm.
So
I'm just excited for this year, man. We're gonna get a lot of good stuff for Legion, or hopefully announcements, because we got, the whole Adepticon coming up, and
Gungans, come on,
hey,
man.
hey, they did hint at it, so you might get it, my
So
man.
so they did hint at it, and I'll go look for it. But reading the comments of people that were like talking on the forums for not forums but the Facebook page, a lot of people are saying that they don't want a battle force. A lot of people are like,
Really? They want their own
yeah.
separate faction?
Yeah,
I don't
they're
know,
saying
man.
they're
I don't.
what they're saying, what a lot of the comments I was reading, and a lot of people were thumbs up and agreeing, is they don't want everything locked into a battle force. They don't want the variety to be battle forces only.
So
So
kind of
like
like the
somebody made,
Ewok Battle Force, right?
yeah. So somebody made a point like how disappointing like when you think about like First Order and the Resistance from the sequel trilogy, like if we ever get them, like First Order would be like a faction because it's the First Order,
Hmm.
but like the Rebel Resistance would most likely be a battle force because they don't have nothing. So like how dumb would it be to be like, oh well, they have to both be battle forces? Like I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense. But like I said, either way, getting Gungans in the game, I'll be happy. I'm on the boat with a lot of people. I don't want a battle force. I want like an actual like faction with their own little rule.
I just don't.
Stacking Ion, baby.
I just don't know how you can do it. I just can't see it. But here's my hypothesis or my guess is last year or last announcement from AMG, we got Shatterpoint announcement for um Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, right? That'll go perfectly with the Royal Guards of
The Naboo
Naboo's,
box.
yeah, the new Boo Bucks, right? So I think that when they hinted that by the end of Adepticon, we're not going to be asking where the Gungans are, that they are going to reveal Qui-Gon, Padawan, Obi-Wan, and potentially, a different operative version of Darth Maul. I don't see why you would, because it's pretty much Phantom One, the one that we have now for CIS. But that's my theory is that that's going to come out because it makes sense that both games you're having the same characters. Like it's so easy to mock up a like, all right, we did Shadowpoint, now we could do Legion for these characters, right? It just
Well, and then
seems
the Aquas and Shatterpoint are like scaled up a tiny bit more than they're the same models that are in
exactly,
Legion, and
yeah,
they're just scaled up a little bit.
right. So it just makes sense. Like in my head, I'm thinking, okay, they got to pay off all this debt that they just inherited, and the way to do it is to just print out both for both games. Why not? So and
Yeah,
like they
it's
had
gonna be
always
exciting.
mentioned, Shatterpoint is easier to make models because it's only four models, as opposed to units that coincide and go well with each other.
Well, yeah, and and if you're not having fun in Legion, it's a good way to still play your IP because Josh, as you know, used to play Star
Legion.
Wars,
Hmm.
and him and Caleb both stopped playing,
Hmm.
but now Josh is getting into Shatterpoint. So
Yeah.
he's getting his Star Wars fix, and he's a big MCP guy, so that's right in his alley. Like the only to me, like I said, the only difference to me between Shatterpoint and Legion is one is about, or Shatterpoint and MCP is one is a little bit more vicious than the other. Like MCP is a lot of explosive turns and dropping people right away, where Shatterpoint is like more like a tug of war system. You got to
Yeah.
think
Oh
a
yeah.
lot ahead.
I agree. I agree with that. But yeah, man. So that's my theory on Adepticon. So hopefully that's the case.
I'm gonna be so upset if they reveal Gungans for Shatterpoint only.
Ha! No, no.
That's what you guys wanted.
Yeah.
There's the
Hey,
Gungan
hey.
news.
Well, no, because we still asked the question, where's Gungans for Legion, right? And they said, hopefully we don't ask that question anymore after Adepticon. So who knows? But yes, you're right, Jose. Bringing it back to the new year. I'm excited for everything that's coming in. Do want to give an announcement. We have a New Year tournament in January on the 24th for the Legion, for Legends, Legion Lads. So if anybody wants to get their Legion fix or want to play the game, get the new year going for Legion, the 24th, we hope you guys can be there. And yeah, other than that, Jose, my man. So I proposed a topic and you weren't too thrilled about it. So I want to tell you what my goal is. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is going to be our Tour of Duty episode, a Star Wars Legion campaign, because we didn't cover it yet, and I figure this is a good time to cover stuff when the news is slow. So my goal is to try to convince you to play Tours of Duty, because I know you're not a big campaign guy. So we'll see if I can be successful.
And
But
on the second half, I'm gonna try to convince JR that the Gav is good.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk. We'll get there.
Look
We'll
at
get
that!
there.
Look at that maximum firepower.
No,
That tag droid ain't going nowhere.
I try to hide him. I try to get him behind, and you're just like, "Hey, he ain't going nowhere."
Nah, dude, that was a. But just for to let people know, that was part of our skirmish tournament,
Mm,
and what it was JR was destroying me. So out of just straight up, just I wanted to kick him. I just ran the Gav over there. I jumped
yeah.
off the POI, cut that corner, and just mauled down his tag droid.
Successfully just one shot at him. I didn't even need a roll dice. He was just obliterated. But yeah, that was our December skirmish tournament, which was a lot of fun. So thank you for those who came out. Thank you for Roman and Rob for throwing that tournament. And yeah, it was a lot of blast. I went and brought Hondo.
Annoying,
Yeah, yeah,
annoying.
two crabs, and I hate crabs.
That was
I
the
try.
best choice.
I was trying to give them another chance, and I got to tell you, man, I'm so disappointed in crabs. They're trash. They should have gave crabs charge, in my opinion. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I mean, Dallin, who stomped me with the custom STDs, like showed me, oh my God, these guys can be very cracked. And
Mecha
they
Force
were.
powers.
Now, to be fair, I think they're more cracked in skirmish than they are in the actual 1,000 point game. Or sorry, it's not skirmish. I keep saying that because of the old ways.
Recon.
Our recon tournament. But yeah, they were super cracked in recon. But and at 1,000 points, they're not that crazy, right?
Well, the jacked up part was I destroyed both tacks, both super
Mhm.
tacks, and I still lost.
Yeah, you remember that? You told me I got both super taxes. Like, dude, I thought you were gonna win that one for sure.
I one shot one
Uh,
of them and then
mhm.
two shot the other one, and then like the super squad of B2s just ran over because what it was I destroyed them, but that allowed Dallin to take out the Gav. And when
Yeah,
he took out the Gav, they were now the B2s were the nominated leader. So if he because he cleared the Gav, he was able to run the B2s over so his freaking all his B1s wouldn't panic.
yeah, yeah.
So
Dude.
it
And
was
yeah,
fun.
and the theory behind my list was I wanted to give Hondo a chance by running a bunch of B1s and a tac series droid and play standing orders every turn. I think in Down the Game was the only game I didn't play standing orders every turn, but in all my other ones I did. So that way, Hondo can get Arsenal 4, throw 2 grenades, his get up, and have all the dodges and surges. Which you're right, Jose. He was very annoying and successfully never died.
I walked
But
away from him.
yeah,
Like, no.
he's just like F this guy.
I
I
didn't
just
fire a single shot
yeah,
at him. I'm like, ah, nope, you gotta have that point over there.
I just don't think he's gonna that good in the standard game because you can't afford to play standing orders every turn. Maybe an upcoming 1,000 point tournament, I'll try it again with 1,000 points.
I think Honda's niche is gonna be when you are losing the suppression game and you know you can't afford to be panicked.
Hmm.
So maybe in a turn 6 or turn 5 when the game or turn 5 first end of turn or get the turn before you just go double standing orders to make sure no matter what you are scoring points. Because
Well,
that's a problem the B1s have is they can get panicked if nobody's around them.
well, honestly, that wouldn't work either because he's an operative and a mercenary at that point.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
so he
yeah.
can't share his courage bubble. I
Oh,
mean,
scratch that, kids. Sorry.
yeah, maybe he's gonna be really good in his battle force, and I hope he is. I think that would be a lot of fun, and AMG that would sell for AMG. But yeah, I think he's still the best in CIS because of order control. Again, he was a lot of fun. He was a very annoying, but he definitely didn't do a big impact that was that noticeable for the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. Congratulations to everybody. I don't remember who finished first because everybody kind of just like I think everyone at least lost one game,
I
and
lost all
then
three.
you lost all three. I thought you won one.
No, I lost all three.
Uh,
I
well,
lost to Dallin. I lost to Dallin on the final turn. I lost to you at the top of the third turn,
hmm
and then did I win one?
I thought you won against Adam.
No, we tied, and he beat me on kill points.
Oh, okay, okay. Man, you were intense in that game. I was just like, yeah, man, I don't think you're in half range of that POI. Yes, I am. And you just throw the
Yes, I
stick over there.
am. Leave me
I was like,
alone.
whoa, oh, my bad, my bad. Like, damn. All right, my man.
God,
I'll leave the
I
I'll leave
can't.
the judge's call to
Uh,
Rob.
the last time you tried to help me, you handed LJ a
Hey,
laser,
hey, man,
and all of a sudden the guy had
bro,
cover.
we need a look. You gave me
You
a look.
remember that?
Yeah, I remember that because
LJ's like, no, it looks like he's out, and he's like, do you have a line laser? I'm like, no, and then Jared's like, here, LJ, and LJ does the line. He's like, oh yeah, they have cover. Damn it,
bro,
JR.
bro, you gave me that look like you needed my help. I was like, I got my bro here, right here, man. I didn't know
Gave me the
where you
L
were
is
on
what
the
you gave
call.
me.
Never help again. I gotta stay out of the help process area. That's not for me. Not for me. But anyways, um, moving on to the tour of duty. So, like I mentioned before the podcast, Tour of Duties is a Star Wars Legion campaign. It's a unique way to play with your Star Wars Legion toys, specifically with another person. I know there's been talk about doing a league or league where you can play with multiple peoples. And honestly, after reading the rules, and currently I am playing Tour of Duties with Daniel, and it's been a lot of fun. So that we've been playing. So I think you could kind of do a league based off that. I kind of want to go over things, but as we go over them, I'm going to talk about what it is as far as for the audience. So, anybody that is interested, Tour of Duty is you get to pick 600 points worth of units. So, first you pick a faction. Specifically, I don't think you could do battle forces. You could house rule it if you want to. And then from that 600 points, you pick a roster, you pick your commander, and you must pick a commander, and it's got to be a custom unit or a custom commander. Yeah, it can't be a custom operative. So you definitely have to do a custom commander. So you got to buy the custom commanders for that faction. Then you're going to choose a story arc, and in your story arc, you're going to get some what do they call them, agenda cards, and you have to complete those agendas. And when you complete two of the three agendas that you receive, you move on to your turning point mission. And if you win your turning point mission, you successfully beat your campaign, right? And I'm doing air quotes for the listeners because you could go and choose. There's 4 story arcs, and you could choose a different story arc after you've done a turning point mission and continue the game with your friend if they so want to continue the game. Which is cool. It's not super long. It's very much you're not gonna complete a agenda in one game. Like I think it's set up to where you got to at least play 2 games with one agenda. So maximum you're getting 4 agendas or 4 games in to hopefully you completed each agenda 2 times and therefore play your turning point mission, which we haven't got there yet. I am 1 game away from completing another agenda and I'll be able to do my turning point mission. So I'm excited for that. Um, and what's important to know is you're going to get these things called SP. With SP, you're able to use them on
Skill
a certain.
points.
Yep, you can raise your point, your battle force points. So you start off at 600, you can raise it up to 750, so on and so forth. And by doing that, what that allows you to do is to recruit new units. Um, it's important to note that when you recruit a unit, you're only allowed to give them 1 upgrade, and it's specifically a heavy or a personnel. So you can't recruit B2s with all kinds of attachments to them. Nope. If I'm going to recruit a B2, it's got to be I either got to pick a heavy weapon or I got to pick a personnel, and that's it. And the SPs allow you to, hey, I want to give my B2s um, HQ uplink. So I'll spend an SP to do that, right? So there's this cool little chart of things you can spend your SP on. Like Hosea said, raising your roster. You can give your guys more equipment. You can remove setbacks, what I'll get into, and you can like kind of do other things with it. And so leading into setbacks is if I killed one of your units, Jose, you would roll a dice, and depending on the dice, you may or may not get a setback. So Daniel's gotten a couple setbacks. I've gotten a couple setbacks. One of my setbacks was downtrodden. It raised my unit's points to 15. So your roster is separate from the game points. So if I have 600 points worth of things, ideally your first game would be played at 600 points. If I raise my roster to 750, I would have to communicate to my opponent like, hey, can we play at 750? If my opponent chose not to increase his point count, then we'd have to go back to 600. But I could take different units that I, recruited into the new 600 points. So, like, if I knew Daniel was bringing more heavy things, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to recruit guys with impact, and then I bring impact to that game. So when I defeat your unit, you'll get a setback, and that setback will give you, like I said, I got downtrodden, it raises my points up for that unit 15 points. Daniel got one where I could just negate a hit, just take it right off the top. So yeah, there's some crazy setbacks, but it doesn't feel like that much of an impactful. Like maybe I should ask Daniel because Daniel definitely got more setbacks than I did, but I don't think it really weighed in on determining the state of the game because of the agendas. Agenda for you, Jose, might be just stay on the POI all game, and you will get a check off your agenda, right? One of the CIS's story arcs, which I think is baloney, but at the same time it makes sense, is if I have priority, or sorry, if my opponent has priority at the beginning of the round, then I get to check mark one of my agendas. So all I really got to do hypothetically is play standing orders every turn, and I will get my agenda completed. So they're not
Why?
it's just part of my agenda, which I kind of like though. I know you're giving me that look, but I like it in the sense that it's not overly difficult to do. One of Daniel's was he had to suppress like panic one of my units. For every time he panicked a unit, he would get a point mark. So he brought a lot of suppressive guns because he was playing Empire. So everyone has a different goal and a different objective. The one I just told you about, I just play standing orders every turn and I check my. But at the same time, Jose, if I'm playing standing orders, Daniel's getting to go first, and Daniel, might kill me or everything. And then there's one gripe I have. We'll get into later about it, but it's easy, like addition to the game that doesn't have to be overthought. It's just like, okay, I just have to do this.
Hmm.
So there's that. And then there's experience points. So at the end of every game, your all your units that you brought, you're gonna give experience points, and you're gonna put that in your roster. So your roster, you're gonna keep track of all your units, keep track of what they have equipped or what they could take, and then their experience point. When you get to a certain experience rank, so veteran rank 1 is the first one you can get at 5 experience points, you get to give them an upgrade. And there's going to be a chart for that, which I believe they call it. Let's see, because they got set pack, turn point missions, veteran ranks. Um, where is it at? Accommodations. So you can give them accommodations. So what I'm trying to do, and it's no secret, Daniel
Give
knows.
the Aqua an extra hit point.
No, no, we ruled that out. We ruled that out, which I'll get into that too. Which makes sense. That just would be OP. Is I brought Staps, and so I want to get all my Staps to veteran rank 2 because they would get nimble and add or nibble and outmaneuver. So on Staps, that's really good because then the moment I take a move off my repulsory, I get a dodge, and I just keep getting that dodge back now with nimble. So those are the accommodations you'll get based on the experience that you're at. Rank 5 is relatively easy to get. When I say relatively, because a whole lot of my units are not really there yet. And then veteran rank 2 is a lot harder to get to, which makes sense, and so on and so forth. Um, and then the last thing, Jose, is that you get these aid requests. So the SP can also use to aid requests. So in tour duties, you're not allowed to bring a unique character or unique.
You hire them.
You hire them. That's what aid requests are for. So one of them is to hire them. One of them is, you know, i.e., I could bring another rank of a unit that doesn't fill up the maximum. So kind of an entourage, right? I can give them. I can give another unit an upgrade or something like that for the game, essentially. There's one where you like drop a nuke on something and it gives suppression to everybody, which is super cool. But yeah, you could hire a Grievous if you wanted to for the mission. So that seemed like a lot of fun.
Is it faction locked or you can hire anybody?
Definitely faction lock.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, so yeah, that's
yeah,
lame.
yeah. So you
I want to
do.
hire Mando to aid my Gar.
I feel. I mean, yeah, I guess you could house rule it because, like, just like you had said, there's an upgrade or veteran rank where you can give a unit an extra health. Well, on a 2 or 4 man unit that has health, i.e., Aquas that have 3, if you give them the 4th health, each Aqua gets 4 health, which seems super overpowered. So we made a house rule that any models that have health and there's more than one model in there, you can't give it to that unit. Or you can give one off the top, right? So it's just an extra 1 point of health. So yeah, definitely house ruling is a thing, and I actually encourage it. Talk to your opponents because AMG had gone on the record saying they're not looking to super balance it, which is honestly it's fine because again, it's just you and your pals playing together and having a campaign. So yeah, man. And then if your unit, like I said, with the setbacks, that's not the only thing that could happen. You could technically, lose that unit altogether. So like if I had a unit that had 12 experience and I roll my dice and I got a blank, I think it is, it just gets removed from my roster. And I'd have to recruit something new. And I'm just like, oof, that's detrimental. That could be annoying. So yeah,
Yeah,
man.
sounds like a campaign.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of, so my question to you is like, what is your biggest thing about campaigns that you don't like?
Just, I'm not a tracking guy. Do they, you said you have to track a lot of things. Are they providing you like papers to track stuff on?
Mhm. Yeah, you get a you get a
Yeah,
you get a dozery, and then you get
dossier,
a dossier.
dozery.
What did I say? Dozery? English. It's not my first
It's hard.
language. It's just my only language. Um, um, but yeah, you get a dozery. What? See, I said it again. What is it?
Dossier.
Dossier. You get a dossier that keep tracks of all your units. And then you write down on it, like you write down the setbacks, you write down how much points that unit is worth and stuff like that. Uh,
Yeah, just not a fan of track. I like D&D.
mm,
Sorry. I like D&D. I bought into the Power Rangers version of D&D. And D.
yeah.
And it's like I never got around to playing it because like I got the hardback where it's like you open it, it's like your character stuff.
Hmm.
Write this down, write all this down, write it. What happened? I'm like, bro, I don't want to be writing any of this. Like this is stupid. So it's just gathering dust now. And it's not for lack of trying. Like Roman said one of his buddies was really excited about it and he wanted to do a Power Ranger role-playing league or role-playing group where we'll meet up like once a month on a Sunday and like it never fell through. And now I was gonna bring all the minis because I have Heroes of the Grid. So
Hmm.
I was like, I'll bring all the minis so people could have a Power Ranger mini for the game, and it just never fell through. So, but like I said, I'm not a tracking kind of guy. Like even with Legion, like you know how many times like between HQ getting shut down before it got turned over, between the other list builders, like if I lose a list, I don't go back and like, oh dang it, I wrote this down. It's like, oh no, that list is gone. Like I'm not gonna try to recreate that. Like I'm not writing that down again. Like I'm not writing it down, period. So
Well, I mean, it's not like you have to make a whole new list, right? You just lose a unit.
yeah,
So
but
then,
it's like all the extra stuff you gotta track. Like I don't want to
oh
do
yeah,
that.
sure, like the experience and the
Yeah, like
setbacks and what it's equipped and everything. Like on my units, it has. So I got a couple units to rank one, and I have one in a million. It's an upgrade that you can give them, an accommodation where I can upgrade two dice one time in the campaign. Like not sorry in the campaign, but one time in the game. So one of my rounds I could be like, hey, Daniel, I'm gonna use my one in a million and upgrade two dice. But excuse me. When I get to rank veteran rank, forget which one it is, I can give them to do that every round. So I can permanently increase my dice every round. Um,
yeah, no, it sounds fun. Like I have the custom commanders for Gar, and not a lot of people know this. I know you know this. I'm not a fan of Heroes and Gar, which sounds like blasphemy.
uh-huh.
I'm a big fan of like, you know, trooper guys, like, you know, the 55 point commander back in the day, you know, just no heroes, just all out grunt warfare. So, you know, it would be right in my alley in that term, that aspect, you know. But other thing too is just time, man. I'm got so much stuff going on and I picked up more things going on, especially with the tournament coming up in February. So
Sure.
maybe after February my time will free up and we'll go from there. But I mean I'd play it. I just don't think I would take it serious. It would be probably like, "Oh, you want to play you want to play another game of a Tours of Duty?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know where my paper is. I'm good." You know, like like want to play
Yeah.
Recon?
Well, and I totally understand that, man. Like, you got to keep track and everything. You got to, like, so me, as you know, like, I already thought ahead of like what the end game army is going to be, like the list. Like, all right,
And
this
build
is the
towards it.
list. Yeah, I'm building just like an escalation league. Like, I start with the list and then I dwindle that down so that I play here and then build it back up to that list.
We
Um,
need to do a Highlander escalation league.
it's Gar though, man. Gar only has now it has two, right? It just needs that third core option, and then you can finally do it.
House rule Pike. The Pike goes for all. The Pike can be
Yeah,
in all four factions.
you're right.
House rule the Pikes in all
You
four
you,
factions.
you could honestly that'd be pretty cool to do. And we're long overdue for another escalation league. Like when Rome used to do those are a lot of fun.
Those are the best. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I get that because like if you like keeping track of stuff, adding stuff, making your units better, stronger, it's definitely hit that niche. My one I think I have two gripes, but I can't remember the second one. My one gripe I have with it is winning the actual game feels kind of pointless, right? So let's
Because you're
say me,
carrying the story on after the win, right?
well, no. So let's say, so we set up like a normal game. We're either doing recon or standard, and we set up our deck and we play like the normal way both those modes play. At the end of the deck, when we picked our objective, and our secondary and then our advantages, You then pick your agendas. Okay, so that's on top of it. So essentially, you really want to do your agendas. In my opinion, you don't want to do the main objective or the secondary objective. That's a mute point because at the end of the game, if I won, Jose, I get a higher chance of getting an extra SP. So after every game, you do fill out things and you do write down what happened and stuff like that. Me and my opponent will roll a die. On a red defense die. On a hit, you get an extra SP. So for playing the game, you get 2 SP. If you roll a hit on a red defense die, you get an extra SP. If you roll a blank, you get nothing. If you roll a surge, you also get nothing. However, if you won the game, the actual objective, not the agenda, if you won the main objective or the game, if you roll a surge, you now get an SP. So it gives you a 66% chance to get an SP versus a 50% chance to get an SP. And SPs kind of do matter in a sense because what I've been using my SP mostly on after the initial SPs they give you in the beginning of the game is taking off setbacks. Every time Daniel deletes one of my guys and it gets setback, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting rid of that. I'm getting rid of that, right? You also have to use SP to increase your roster. Uh, so that's my only gripe with it, and I don't feel like that's a big gripe, and I feel like that's honestly actually another strong point because the game has now become do your agendas and then kill your opponent. And so it's very killy because if I kill your units, Jose, your units, one, they lose out on some experience. Two, they get setbacks. So next time we play each other, you might have more setbacks than me, more less, and now you're gonna have less experience than me. Um,
That sounds very snowbally.
it hasn't felt that way yet. It does sound like it. But the reason why I don't feel like it's that much of a setback or much of a snowballing is because to get the experience only matters to get to veteran ranks, and it takes a long time to get there. They're not handing out a lot of experience in the game. You're getting a lot. Like I think the maximum you get if to one unit is potentially one, two, it's five. And that's just to one unit. So theoretically, you can get 5 experience to one unit. Other than that, all the other units are getting like 1 or 2. Um, and that's depending on if they survived or not. The extra 3 is at the end of a game. If I had a unit that was very scary to you, Jose, you get to choose that unit, and that unit gets me 3 experience. And I do the same for you. I'd be like, I think your Gav is the most feared unit right now. So I would give it 3 experience, right? So there's a little incentive to reward your opponent with that unit to get stronger, which kind of is ahead of the experience pack. But on the positive side of that is you're not stressing over the main objective and the secondary objective. You're just kind of focusing on your agendas, which kind of, if you play it right, is a little bit passive. Um, Other than that, like losing the main objective is not such a setback, right? Because you may get an SP, you might not get an SP. You just have a higher chance of getting an SP. So you're not that far falling behind. You're just not. You're just right there neck and neck. Just some little bit lower, a little bit upper. Um, but again, this is my tomorrow. I'm actually gonna play Daniel. It's gonna be our 4th game. So we're gonna see if I do complete my agenda and if I do the turning point mission the following game after that. If I don't do my agenda, if I can't complete it, then I'm gonna have to keep doing a game until I complete it. So my goal is to update the audience where me and Daniel are. Um, but yeah, man, I think that's my only gripe with the game is winning the game doesn't feel necessary. It's just, hey, do your agenda, try to kill your opponent's units. And there's a lot of times where I'm trying to kill Daniel's units, and bro, he just goes hides behind the last guy behind a building that I can't get to. And it's so funny. One of our games, Daniel, so he knows I'm trying to get my stats, all the experience I can to get what I wanted to get. and he targeted him turn one. Bro, my Staps cowered away behind the line of sight blocker that was area terrain. And Daniel was just like, not going to happen. He committed his 3 bikes he had all the way across the battlefield just to kill my Staps. It was, and to the point where he knew he was going to lose his bikes, but as long as he killed my Staps, it would have been worth it. But I had godlike saves with those Staps that they did not die, bro. They stayed alive, every single one of them. They all had like 1 health each, but they all stayed alive, and all 3 of his bikes died because of that. It was
It's wild.
it was a feel bad moment. But at the same time, like if he would have killed all my bikes or at least one of my Staps, like it would have slowed me down. It would have slowed me down. So I don't know, man. You got any questions for me?
No, it sounds like a campaign. Who else is playing? You and Daniel and is John doing it?
No, no, no. John's kind of the same boat as you are. It's a lot to keep track of. And for him and for some people, in general, Legion is can be a complex game of putting your list together and adding some more elements kind of can convolute that and then it doesn't become fun. So I don't think it's for everybody. I will say that. I think it's for those that like the idea of keeping track of their army, adding stuff, giving them names, giving them a story, right? I
I'm
named.
surprised you haven't reached out to Edward. Edward's a big campaign guy.
Oh, I'm trying. I am trying. So
Oh, he's busy with work now. He's a big boy.
yeah, yeah. I've been trying to talk to him about doing a learn to play so he could learn 2.6 and then doing the campaign with them. Because
Bro, if he likes it, that would probably be he'll make room for that because I know he does a lot of Necromunda campaign.
mhm,
But if he's a very big campaigny guy. So if
yeah.
it's he likes Star Wars and if it's just a campaign, nothing too competitive because Edward likes Star Wars. He likes to play Star Wars. He just doesn't like he gets feisty sometimes and gets some fight in him, but most of the time he's like, I just want to throw dice. Like I don't want to be super competitive.
I need him getting back on the Legion train, man, because there was a time where me and him kept practicing, and I remember one escalation league, like he almost killed me, but I was able to hide a bark behind a building, which won me the game. And it's just like that was one of our closest game we ever had. So, um, but yeah, man, again, I think it's not for everybody. I think you got to keep track. Those that like to keep track and every stuff. People that don't want to overthink it, yeah. So. But my goal is to eventually go over, and I know I talked to you about this, Jose, is to go over every mode that they have of Legion. Because one of the things that none of us showed interest in is the special ops. Like I
Ugh.
know, yeah, I know I'm not super into special ops. Um,
I'll
however,
go play Warhammer if I want to play Warhammer.
I mean, I
It's
I'm
Kill
at
Team.
right, right. It is Kill Team, and that's what's funny is like everyone keeps telling me I should play Kill Teams, but I'm not a big Warhammer fan. Like I never got into Warhammer. It's just not my jam. But I am a big Star Wars fan, so that's why I like playing Shatterpoint and Star Wars Legion. And so I'm thinking to myself, well, Kill Team's really good, and Special Ops is the version of Kill Team. Maybe I'll try it because I get to play with my Star Wars toys.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll be a cool little demo I'll try out and see how I like it and give my
I don't
review.
I don't think anybody got into Spec Ops. I know I
No,
printed the cards and then I was looking at the cards. I'm like, yeah, this is just like a lamer kill team. And I had just got out of kill team, so I was like, I don't want to get out of something and get back into it on another IP.
I'm gonna give it a shot because there was a time where me and John were brainstorming back in the day, and we wanted to feel very Battlefront, Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
So we made it to where we'll do a standard battle. That's where you battle the planets. But when you go on the ship, we made a mode where kind of like what they did with Special Ops. You have one guy, and they have health and everything, and we were working that out. And then we kind of just banded the idea, for no reason. We're just like, all right, well, we moved on to other things. So
Yeah.
going back to Special Ops, maybe they playing their version of it might be a lot more funner. Cause yeah, man, it's cool if you had like your own clone commander or your clone unit that you have just one model guy and he's like your Rambo. You know what I mean?
The Darth Vader death hallway scene.
Right, right. You have that guy that turns into fives or turns into Wrecker. You're just like, yeah, this is my guy. Like, especially in the campaign. Like, I love RPG stuff like that. Like, I named the one that you did for me that is, you colored pink is my Eva, and it's abbreviated E.VE. And then there's Gat for Gatling gun. Like, I just named them all these weird things like or surging. What was it? Surging samurais, all kinds of like electrical names and shit like that. Like I just have fun with it. It's cool like customization that you can do. So
As
yeah,
long as
man.
you're having fun, man.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we'll give you get you into it.
Yeah, maybe like I said after February I'll look into that because right now I'm just like backlog trying to paint all my MCP stuff and I still got to get to your stuff so it's like ooh, and then start going to the gym because I want to like feel better. Stop being such a
Yeah.
fat ass.
That's the
So it's
holidays,
just like
bro. Holidays do that to you.
no, it's not. Nah, it's not the holidays. It's just me being lazy.
Yeah.
And it's just like, ooh, I gotta turn this ship around. So when I show up to next October's LVO and I'm jacked, just remember I used to be fat at one point.
Bro, you just walk in with a six pack and everything, bro.
Ripped, but I have a B1 shirt, so it's a B1 body, so it's all skinny.
Bro, I'm gonna hire you as
New
my
year, new
personal
me.
trainer, man. Like
There
I'm
you
doing the
go.
same thing. I'm not doing a whole lot of exercising, but I'm adding some more exercising. Like one of the things is that I decided to walk my son to school every day. And I'm just like, all right, I'll do some walking, get some walking on as I'm doing a lot of other things. Like,
Well, it's good because like I'm getting all the lads involved. So, because like my thing is like I can go to the gym, put my headphones on, and work out for like 2 3 hours. But sometimes it gets boring. You
sure.
know, you go,
Yeah.
you're like, ugh, like, got 2 more sets is stupid. But when you're with somebody and you're just talking, it flies by. So like, Sunday morning, I went with Roman,
Mhm.
and it's good to see Roman, being active. Roman is a pretty stocky guy. And like I've never worked out with Roman,
Mhm.
I've seen Roman when he was pictures of him younger. Dude was jacked, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So we got there, and he's like, "We're gonna do this, and this, and this," and I'm like, "Cool, let's do this." And then my arms couldn't open up for like 4 days, and then the Thursday before Monday before that, Josh met me. And
Mhm.
Josh is, a sports coach, and he was like, "Let's do this, this, and this, and this." I'm like, "All right, cool." Um, Monday and Tuesday, Pet came out, and so it's like I'm getting all the lads to come with me. So it's like, yeah, Pet may not go every week. Roman may only be available Sundays. Josh may only be available once or twice a week. But the thing is, I'm planning on going to the gym as much as I can, and having the lads cycle through is just
Mhm.
amazing. I have
Yeah.
somebody to talk to every day, and my fellow lads are coming out and working out at the gym with me. So,
Which is awesome, man. Which is awesome. I wish I lived closer to you because I know you guys probably go on the one on let me guess, Clovis and Shaw.
so I go everywhere. The Planet Fitness membership lets you go anywhere.
Oh,
Um, I've been going to meet them at the Clovis one because it's close to them. But
yeah.
like, say if one night you're like, "Hey, bro, I got a sitter for Riker. Let's go hit the gym for like an hour." And I'll be like, "All right, cool. What gym's closer to you?" And I'll go that way. Because
Man,
my membership is me and I get a guest, and I don't have a limit on the guests. So that's I said, like Pet's my plus one, Roman's my plus one, Josh has his own membership. So like the thing is like for me it's time. So like I'll do Sunday mornings,
mhm.
and then Monday, Tuesdays, and probably Thursdays are like in the evening, like 9 o'clock. I can meet you at the gym because that gives me enough time to kiss the wife goodnight, tell the kids goodnight, and then go to the gym.
Makes sense, man. But yeah, man. So you got any rules questions for us? Or actually, did
Yeah.
you want to talk about that game that you posted? I know you mentioned you wanted to talk about it a little bit.
Which one?
The one behind you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember. That was so long
Oh,
ago.
okay, okay. All right, I just wanted to rub you killing my tax series. Okay, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, no. So that was we decided, I don't know what we didn't do we took a like a 2 week hiatus
Mm.
for the holidays, and I was excited to talk about it. I wanted to get Dallin on everything, but like I have such a bad memory, and I feel bad because like some people are like, I remember everything, and I'm like, Pepperidge Farms remembers, I don't. Um, but I take cool, I try to take cool scenic photos of what's going on,
Mm.
and like if you can't see, if you look in the very back of the Gav, I forgot who gave it to me. One of the 3D printing guys gave it to me. It's a Han and Carbonite.
Yeah.
So what I did with the Gav, maybe on another pod, I'll do the other view of it. Um, since I didn't have a use for the Han and Carbonite, and because bombs are no longer a thing, I wanted to custom my Gav with like a story.
Mm.
So these guys up here are escorting Han and Carbonite to Vader. They have backloaded their Gav with 3 bombs. So even if you kill them, you're not getting Han because they're gonna blow up Han and everybody else that's in range.
Kaboom! That's what's up,
So
man. That's awesome. It looks beautiful. It looks awesome.
thank
And
you.
I love that you brought the Gap to the tournament because like we don't ever see it. It's not doing so well right now, Legion. Just the idea of it, you seeing it on the battlefield and me overestimating how far it can get was just like, oh, that's a I got you moment.
Yeah, so what I noticed is you underestimated how far it could get.
Mm.
My first opponent underestimated the also on the line of sight blocking, you're like, wait, is it taller? I'm like, yeah, it's height,
Yeah, I didn't believe you. I was like, I don't think it blocks line of sight.
yeah, it does.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my opponent misplayed his couple of his rebels. I was able to line the Gav up and fire down the alleyway. Hammer's pilot is nothing to sneeze at on this thing. And then caught Dallin off guard with the Gav with Hammer's pilot. So it can do some work. It just, oh man. And then the epic roll with me and Dallin was Dallin put 8 wounds on it. Or Dallin got 8 through because B1 or B2's. Um, I opened up the round and I turned around and I took a shot at some B1s, and everybody was like, "Well, why didn't you just take a shot at the B2s?" And I was like, "I didn't take a shot at the B2s because the B2s no, I didn't activate them first. So I foregone the activation with the Gav so I could charge with Gideon Storms." And my reasoning was that Gav, it wasn't going to kill any B1s, and it wasn't going to kill any B2s. So to me, if you're going to shoot the Gav, then shoot the Gav. It's going to buy me some time.
Yeah.
Um, and it had 4 wounds left, and Dallin had launched the impact rockets or whatever on their wrist.
Mm.
So it was like impact a bazillion, side arc exposed, so more impacts. He got 8. I had 4 wounds, and I was like, "Oh crap, here we go." Rolled out, and I rolled average. He got the 4 wounds.
Oh
I just got
man.
one more save. The Gav is ready to fire up and go
Oh.
again. So it was epic. No, I love it. I love it. I think, to be honest, bringing the Gav wasn't the mistake. Two mistakes was number one, snows are not great.
Mm.
When you got to rely on their surge to hit. Um, I think I should have took the flamethrower instead of the ion. I had the points to do it.
Yeah.
But I was thinking more confidently, like I could probably get that ion off a lot more, but my dice was very terrible.
Mhm.
I think if I would have just went with the flamethrower or brought shores, I would have been in a better position. But yeah, no, it was a blast. Everybody loved the Gav, so
Yeah, I also want to note that I brought Kraken and a B2, or not, sorry, not B2, B1 Super Squad.
that was obnoxious too.
Yeah, like it was
The math
fun.
was hard.
Yeah, because it was fun. Because like if you shoot at my B1s, you kill like let's say you kill 6. I'm throwing 6 blacks now, and then some white dice on top of that. it makes my attack stronger, but you just don't shoot at them, right? Because that's what 6, 13,
It was a
14
double
white.
squad, right? Double squad
Yeah,
with Kraken.
14 white dice and one black, and I don't surge, so it's just like, yeah, just let me throw those white dice. Like, they ain't gonna do anything to you. You know what I mean?
I don't.
If you shoot my B1s, now I'm throwing a 7 dice pool of
Oh,
black dice. You know what I mean?
hold on. I'm not gonna say you don't shoot at a 14 AC unit because I was averaging stupid amounts of crits at LVO. I took down a lot with two B1 blobs.
That's fair. Like,
Just critting. You have
I,
so many dice. Like,
I'll have to do the math because, like, I don't know if it's worth shooting at them, because if you shoot them, they get stronger. Like, I think what you do is you double tap them to where they can't upgrade. Like, you take away the amount that could they upgrade effectively because they lost that many firepower that doesn't really matter anymore. Uh, but it was fun for the recon tournament. Like, it was cool. I don't think I'm ever gonna take them inside a unit again, but I think he needs a big points reduction. It
yeah,
needs to
say
be
you don't
free.
think he's worth the points.
Nah, it needs to be free. That's what I think.
I don't think none of the character upgrades are worth the points except for Cassian.
Yeah, Cassian. Cassian is really good. That Cassian won Nick the game against me when I brought my Grievous Spike. Which I found out, and I think everyone kind of knew. I kind of knew too. Was super squads. Super squads are the way to deal with Grievous Spike because you, Grievous kills a couple dudes here and there, and then they just clap back. You know,
Yeah, you
spin the
just shoot
win.
through the armor.
Yeah, so I think that's what you do. But all right, man, give me those rule questions.
All right. Speaking of Cassian, these are pretty outdated, so if you've already heard them, my bad. So Cassian squad upgrade and standbys. A unit with Cassian, this is by Dan485. He says a unit with Cassian squad upgrade has a standby, and Cassian's card is on the front side when it is attacked. If the unit takes a wound in step 9, compare results of the attack timing sequence and then flips to the back of Cassian's card, the standby would remain um, as the unit would not take a suppression in step 10 of the sequence.
Correct.
So Seth says correct. The unit will not be assigned a suppression token as is null courage and will not lose this. That's crazy.
That is crazy. It makes sense,
Um,
but that just means you could just put them in fleets, run them down there, take a standby, and good luck.
just sit there.
Super fleets too.
But the other, not the standbys, not the infinite courage side. But the secret mission is on the other side.
Where he has the infinite courage, right?
Is it? I don't think it is. Because I think you're sacrificing secret mission for the infinite courage.
I will double check. If you want to read the next one, I'll double check and have that answer for you.
So this one is right up with the new stuff. So this is anti-material and white attack dice. I know a lot of people are asking, do I just lose dice?
Mhm.
This is by Eric Moore, Eric One More. He says the anti-material X keyword allows a unit to upgrade X of that weapon's attack dice when attacking a vehicle. If a weapon with white attack die in its attack pool has an anti-material value greater than 1, would they be able to use 2 points of anti-material to upgrade a white attack die to a red attack die, or does it all have to be at the same time? For example, if a rebel officer with special munitions from Tours of Duty wanted to use its thermal detonator as a N heavy blaster pistol on the same vehicle, it would have 5 red attack dice and 1 white attack die. Would it be able to use anti-material too to basically make it 6 red attack die?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and I would love to know the answer to that. I wanna say yes. You could turn a white into a red if you have the ability to upgrade it twice, but I think the answer is no.
So he says, Seth says no, as this would be upgrading a die more than once by the same effect. It may upgrade the white attack die to a black attack die, but it may not upgrade that die twice in the same effect.
Yep, that's what I thought. Oh, and then you're correct. Cassian secret missions on the other side, but Until they fix Secret Mission, it's really you want the Infinite Courage.
I feel like Cassian's the only one that can grab Secret Mission.
Yeah, but it's still pretty bad.
It's one
Like,
VP.
in my opinion, if you're able to get Secret Mission, that means you're already winning.
So it's up there with Bounty because I feel like the same thing with Bounty. Like if by the time you get the Bounty, you're already winning.
Yeah, yeah. Like you're and now you're pretty much landsliding it if you can get those things. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Right. This is a fun one. I thought this was pretty cool for people who uh think outside the box or may have not thought this far outside the box. This is by Zoe or Zhao, Z-O-W. If I pronounce that wrong and you're listening, I'm sorry. Quick question regarding the independent move keyword. Would such a keyword allow you to deploy a unit at the start of its activation phase using the free move action guaranteed by the independent move keyword? For example, I have an undeployed Jyn Erso unit and it is the start of its activation phase. She does not have an order token, which would normally trigger the independent move. But she is undeployed. Could she use this free move action to deploy onto the battlefield instead of needing to wait until I draw her token from the order pool to deploy her?
I'm gonna say no.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
Seth says yes. A unit with independent move may use this free move action at the start of the first activation phase to deploy onto the battlefield. No, in your example, the Jin Urso deploying in such a way would preclude her from using infiltrate. So Jin has infiltrate, but it's if you have things that have independent move, like Asasha has independent move. No, she has
That's
independent.
dodge.
Is
Yeah,
Jin the only one with independent
J-
move?
Jin is the only one so far that has independent move.
Okay, well, going forward, anything that has independent move
Mm,
can move on to the battlefield without even getting its token.
I like that. You know what would be cool, and I hope we see this. I hope Gungans have independent move.
Yeah,
That would be cool
I don't know.
because they were ready. They were ready for that CIS army.
Yeah, but when you get an independent move, that means your tokens matter a little bit more.
Well, I mean, to be
Um,
fair, I think they're gonna be a battle force, and I think
Stop it.
yeah, that's what I'm just
Don't
saying. I
put that
know,
in,
I know.
don't
I'm
push
just
that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Um, so then next one is emergency stims and the ion interaction. This is by Alexander dot Wertinsky.
ooh, that's a good question.
So this came up while I was working on the Will Bike Warlord list, huh? He
Ooh,
says, wording on
give me some
stims
ideas, Jose.
Wording on stim suggests that if GG suffers one or two wounds with Ion, I can tap the stims to prevent the damage and Ion. Is that correct? Does he get the Ion at the end of his next activation? If so, Ion tokens are also removed at the end of the unit's next activation, so what
Ooh,
comes first?
I,
Clarification would be welcome.
I really hope that that happens. He could pop emergency stem,
It's going to be
and
staple to
not get
Grievous.
no, because I still think you take recon intel. But that would be cool if you can not get an ion because of that.
Yes, if emergency sims is used to prevent all wounds from attack pool containing Ion X, no wounds will be suffered and no Ion taken token will be
Ooh,
applied.
that's cool. I
The
like that.
second part, does he get the at the end of his next activation? Set says no, the Ion token will be applied when the wounds from emergency stims are suffered at the end of his next
Misses
activation.
the trigger. Yep, misses the trigger. I mean, that's a fun thing to do, but I still think you take recon intel. Still think that's the best thing to do.
You haven't messed with the Speed 3 booster yet?
No, because it's not enough. Like, granted, it's for a turn.
They're both just one use, right?
Yes, but you got to remember, you get the one movement tool, and then it's fat base, and then you get an extra movement, right? And then you get another movement, and then you get the shoot. The turbo, you move onto the field with your regular movement, and then sorry, not your regular, you compulse onto the board, and then you could move again and do speed 3, and then shoot. You get way farther recon
Have
intel.
you actually measured it out?
Yeah, I measured it out.
Okay.
Yeah, you get way further than
So it's
re-
gonna be mainly for the Magna bike riders then.
no, I don't think so. I think you take recon intel with them too. There's okay. If you want to alpha strike with the bikes, you're gonna want to put recon intel. The only reason why you're not doing recon intel is if you can't afford it.
8 points. They're
Yeah, and the turbocharger's five.
yeah.
So think about it. You're moving three times and then shooting with recon intel. With the turbo, you're only moving two times and shooting, and you get way further recon intel.
You're gonna be obnoxious next
Oh,
LVO.
bro, I'm trying to bring the players back in, but when that comes out, I don't know if they're gonna stick around. Oh, but it is beatable. Nick beat me with the bike, so it is beatable. It is beatable.
Yeah, it is. So that was it for rules questions, buddy.
All right, man. Those are some good ones. Couple I didn't know, couple that caught me off guard with the emergency stem, which I'm super excited for that. So that I can't wait for that. And I can't wait for the bikes. That's my biggest thing. And I think it's confirmed they're coming out this year. Do we know if they're coming out this year?
They're coming out this year. I just don't know when.
Oh,
It's
I think it's Q1.
Q1. Well, Q1 could be any of the first three
And
months
I
almost.
hope you're right. I hope they have it modeled to where it's got the legs out and it's jumping because I definitely want you to model it that way for me.
Star Wars Legion. What are they called?
Oh God, the T dash SE no SEMUR, the wheel bikes. Just type in wheel bikes. Cause yeah, those things. Oh, I can't wait for that. I'm trying to get as much Grievous time as I can. Cause I hope they don't nerf it at Adepticon.
Let me see. Legion
But
Will Pike
yeah,
release
we'll see
date.
what happens with it.
Nope, that's that. Oh, not Grievous.
So that
Dang, what is the actual unit called? Go to the, bring it up real quick.
it
Because
is
it's giving me
called
Grievous.
for the wheel bike one, the regular one.
Yeah, the
The
Magna Will
oh, I
Bikes.
don't know why I say dash. It's TSMEU dash six wheel bike. Oh, it just looks so good. These guys are gonna be so much fun to play. It's gonna be obnoxious.
Let's see. No,
It
that's
doesn't matter.
General Grievous.
We'll figure it out later. It's probably not even out on the board yet. I think the rumor was Q1. So
Yeah, a lot of stuff is coming out Q1.
yeah,
So,
so maybe we'll see. But anyways, any last words there?
um, Adepticon better fucking give me Gungans.
Yes,
Because
people.
at that point, if they release Gungans, just know that all your commissions that I will be doing for you are going to be paying for my Gungan army. Screw the girls' college fund.
AMG, give the man what he wants. But all right, my last words is two things. We got a tournament on the 24th coming up at Legends of Clovis for the Legion lads. And this Thursday and every other Thursday for our local viewers, we do learn to plays at Crazy Squirrel. So if you could come out Thursday nights, come on by. We could do learn to play. And even if you do play a game, a normal game, we have promos to give out to you guys. Just trying to grow the community, get as big as we can. I love the game. And yeah, hopefully see you guys at the tournament and at the learn to place. So, anyways, thank you guys. Thank you, Jose, for joining me. And those that are
Yeah,
still listening, thank you for being here. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you guys next time. Later.
deuce.